Hey everybody out there, this is Seto, and today guys we are going to talk about my reaction to the 2014 ban list. And overall, my first impressions pretty much went like this. So yeah, I guess you can guess by that picture and by that music. Yes, I was very excited after I looked at the list. None of my decks really got hit. Not a single one of them got touched. And pretty much a majority of my decks got an upgrade or a boost from the ban list. So I was like this, yes, yes, yes. And the warrior inside of my heart just was like, yes, yes, yes. That's pretty much how I felt. Um, I really felt that in some respects, though, that they should have done some more to the ban list. But when I got down to thinking about it for a second, I was like, well, this ban list is only going to be lasting for what, 2.5 months? The next ban list is going to be coming at the end of September. So we got, okay, the rest of July, August, September, about 2.5 months at most with this ban list. So we're not going to have it for that very long. So they could do a lot more to the, a lot of different decks like Soul Charge and whatnot at the next ban list. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. We got Duelist Alliance in between with Shadows, and we don't know exactly what Shadows are going to do to a full extent. We've seen what they do in the OCG, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. But overall, nothing got banned, which is the first time I can remember in my memory that nothing has been banned on the ban list when a ban list has come around. Each time I can remember that a ban list came around, something got banned. But this ban list, nothing got banned. So we may see that trend happen in the future as well, but we'll have to wait and see. For things that got limited, the Gear card, the Gear Trap card, which I forget the name off the top of my head, got limited to 1, and I'm happy about that because that card was freaking annoying, but I'm happy it got limited because it brought things directly from the deck onto the field. And then my good old friend, Mr. Goyo Guardian, came back to 1. I missed you, pal. I missed you. Why did I miss Goyo Guardian so much? Okay. Number 1, I used to play Goyo Guardian back when he was legal in Black Wings, and he was so good back then. Granted, I don't think he's as good as he used to be. We have things like Big Eye. We have things like, freaking number 101 to steal things away. So Goyo Guardian is not as big as he used to be. Granted, we use Exceeds now, so you can't really use him with tuning purposes like you used to be before. You could, if you destroyed something, you could bring something back, that monster back from the graveyard, then summon a tuner, synchro up with it, yada yada yada. Used to be able to do things like that, but you can't because people use Exceeds now. It's more prevalent. That doesn't happen as much anymore. But he's still a good card because he is a 2,800 beat stick, which is pretty big as a boss, as boss monsters go. That's a big beater. So I've always been, happy about that. Plus, he's a level 6 synchro, which there's really not a lot of good level 6 synchros. That helps out with so many older decks. Blackwings, 6 Samurais, Light Swarms even, 6 Samurais. My Junk Synchro deck that helps out. My Marauding Captain deck that helps out. There's so many decks that this card affects personally for me, and I'm so happy to, nostalgia and just, I'm just happy he's back because there's really not been a good level 6 synchro around generically for a lot of decks. Then for cards that went back up to, went to 2. The main one, which I paid attention to, was we had Formula Synchron come back to 2, which is going to be interesting to see how that works with the Quasar reprint and Soul Charge still being at 3. But the main thing that I really paid attention to was reinforcement of the army going back to 2. Thank you, Konami. If Tinky's going to be at 3, Rhoda better be at more than 1. So happy about that. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you how happy I was. That affects so many of my other decks. Junk Synchrons, Battling Boxers, 6 Samurais. I don't care what people think of 6 Samurais. Goyo Guardian, indirect support. Rhoda to 2, indirect support. Give 6 Samurais another pseudo boss monster in a way because he is 2,800 attack. That's big for a level 6 synchro. No matter what you think, that's level 7 territory. So Rhoda to 2, it helps me out so much with so many warrior based decks out there. Noble Knights, which I want to build possibly because of the $50 box set, depending upon what's in it. Battling Boxers, Six Samurais, Marauding Captain deck, Dot deck. You name it, this card helps out with so many different decks. And yes, it's not like tanky because you don't get the boost, but it helps out so much. For cards that went from 2 to 3, unlimited, we had Deep Prison and Mirror Force. Mirror Force, considering the fact that the trap lineup is really not as good as it used to be a year ago, back when we had Compulse at 3, we had Torrential at 2, and all those other cards, it's not as good as it used to be. Mirror Force is not as good. I agree it belongs at 3. It's not as good as it used to be back in the day. I shed a tear for that because of the power creep. But it's still a decent card, I feel like. It's not amazing, but it's decent. Deep Prison to 3, that's... I mean, Battle Traps are really not as good as they used to be, but I could see people using 3 Deep Prison. I can't see people using 3 Mirror Force, but I could be completely wrong. Somebody out there will probably use it, I bet, but it's going to be kind of... It's just the fact that the older player in me is like, 3 Mirror Force. You know, now each time I run, I'm like, oh, is that a Mirror Force? Is that a Mirror Force? If I have no protection, is that a Mirror Force? Is that a Mirror Force? Oh, it's a Deep Prison. Shh, all my monsters didn't get destroyed. Or, oh no, it's a Deep Prison now because Deep Prison is at 3. So it's going to be a little bit, I'm going to be a little bit scared of the back row. Not completely scared, but I'll be like a little bit, a little bit hesitant because I know some people that will run 3 Mirror Force just because they can, and it will be kind of scary at some points in the duel. But overall, my impressions is we'll have to wait and see what the next ban list has. But overall, happy with this ban list. Stuff came back that really needed to come back, and I can't wait to see what happens down the road. Nothing really just going to change in the format at all. Gear are going to go pretty much off the map after Nationals. I could see Sylvans coming up a little bit maybe, but it's not going to change that much, I don't think. But overall, happy because older decks are getting support because things are coming off the ban list and going up in the, from 1 to 2 like Rhoda. So overall, like it. So what are your guys' thoughts on the ban list? Did you like it? What you like about it? What you didn't like about it? Tell me down below. And I look forward to seeing what you guys think in the comments section. And until next time, guys, take care. Have fun dueling. Good luck dueling. And I'll see you all next time. Seto Kaiba, I'm out of here, guys.